Within your baby's first year of life, their brain will nearly double in size and form more than 1 million neural connections every single second. That's not just a fascinating baby fact. It means that your baby's first year is one of the most important windows of neurological development they will ever experience. And yet most parents are told to simply track milestones. Did they smile? Did they roll? Did they sit? Did they crawl? Did they walk? If something feels off to mom, the answer is often, let's just wait and see. Or they'll probably grow out of it. But what if they don't? What if your baby is technically hitting milestones while their nervous system is struggling underneath? What if the foundation is stressed, but nobody is actually looking at that foundation? Here's something a lot of parents don't realize. A baby can pass every developmental screening and still have underlying neurological stress that affects things like feeding, sleeping, movement, regulation, learning, and behavior. The conventional model often asks whether a milestone happened. It doesn't always ask how it happened. Was the movement symmetrical? Was it coordinated? Did they use both sides of their body equally, or were they compensating through tension, stiffness, or altered movement patterns? Because those details matter. In our office, we hear the same thing from parents all the time. I knew something was off, but everyone told me not to worry. I want you to know that your instincts matter. Your baby's nervous system is the master control system for the entire body. It coordinates feeding, digestion, sleep, muscle tone, movement, immune function, sensory processing, emotional regulation, and development. During the first year of life, the nervous system is incredibly adaptive, but it is also highly sensitive to stress. Stress can begin before birth. Prenatal stress, maternal inflammation, positioning in the womb, birth interventions such as prolonged labor, rapid labor, C-sections, vacuum extraction, forceps delivery, and other challenges can place stress on a baby's developing head, neck, spine, and nervous system. When stress and tension affect the nervous system, we refer to that as subluxation. When the autonomic nervous system becomes imbalanced and stuck in a stress response, we call that dysautonomia. In simple terms, the body's gas and brake pedal stop working together the way they should. Instead of spending time in a state of rest, digestion, healing, sleep, feeding, and regulation, the body remains stuck in survival mode. That matters because every milestone is really a neurological test. Latching and feeding are not just feeding skills. They require coordination between cranial nerves, muscle tone, breathing, swallowing, posture, and regulation. When a baby struggles to latch, clicks while nursing, arches away, spits up, constantly feeds every hour, falls asleep while feeding, or seems uncomfortable after eating, those are not simply feeding challenges. They may be signs that the nervous system is under stress. Head control tells us how the cervical spine, the deep neck muscles, the vestibular system, and the nervous system are developing. The so-called 4-month sleep regression is often a period of significant neurological reorganization and growth. Crawling may be one of the most neurologically important milestones a baby experiences. It helps develop communication between both sides of the brain while supporting balance, coordination, visual tracking, shoulder stability, posture, and future learning. When a baby skips crawling, army crawls, drags a leg, favors one side, or struggles with tummy time, we should pay attention. Development is not a race. The sequence matters. This is where the perfect storm comes in. The perfect storm happens when multiple stressors begin stacking onto a developing nervous system. It may start with prenatal stress, maternal illness, inflammation, emotional stress, or positioning challenges during pregnancy. Then birth can add another layer through long labors, fast labors, inductions, C-sections, vacuum extractions, forceps delivery, cord complications, or significant pressure on the baby's head and neck. After birth, additional challenges may pile on. Feeding difficulties, poor sleep, reflux, colic, constipation, antibiotics, torticollis, flat spots, constant crying, difficulty settling. One layer by itself may not seem significant, but together they truly can overwhelm a developing nervous system and push it further into a stress response. These babies are not bad babies. They're great. They are not difficult babies. They're perfect. They are stressed babies. And this is not about blame. It is not about blaming parents, pregnancy, birth choices, or medical interventions. It is about understanding why some babies struggle and recognizing that there are ways to support their nervous system before challenges become larger problems. Conventional pediatric care plays an incredibly important role in identifying disease, pathology, and significant developmental concerns. But many of the issues parents notice first, the feeding challenges, the sleep disturbances, excessive crying, the reflux, the constipation, poor regulation, asymmetrical movement, or delayed milestones can occur long before a diagnosis is ever made. A baby can pass a screening while still compensating through tension patterns, movement asymmetries, poor regulation, or just an overwhelmed nervous system. Those stress patterns may not show up on standard testing, but they often show up in how a baby eats, sleeps, poops, moves, breathes, settles, and develops. That's why neurologically focused chiropractic care can be such an important part of a baby's first year. In our office, we are not simply asking whether a milestone happened. We are looking at how the nervous system is functioning underneath that milestone. We use advanced insight scans to objectively assess nervous system function through measures such as heart rate variability, muscle tension, and autonomic regulation. These scans are gentle, non-invasive, and help us identify patterns of stress and dysregulation that may otherwise go unnoticed. And for someone who gets nervous hearing the words chiropractic and babies in the same sentence, let me reassure you, infant adjustments are incredibly gentle. There is no twisting, cracking, or forcing anything. The amount of pressure used is often compared to the pressure you would use to check the ripeness of a tomato. The goal is not to treat a symptom. The goal is to reduce interference within the nervous system so the body can function the way it was designed to function. Early care may focus on supporting regulation, feeding, digestion, sleep, and comfort. As babies grow, care may help support healthy movement patterns, tummy time tolerance, crawling, coordination, sensory processing, and overall neurological development. The first year of life represents an incredible opportunity. Neuroplasticity is at its peak. The nervous system is developing rapidly. The patterns established during this time can influence future health, learning, movement, behavior, and resilience. If you have concerns about your baby's feeding, sleeping, movement, development, or regulation, trust that instinct. You do not have to simply wait and see. Your baby is not just learning to eat, sleep, roll, crawl, and walk. They are literally building the neurological foundation for their entire life. Let's make sure that foundation is as strong as possible. Please reach out to Harmonized Neurology Family Chiropractic. We love working with babies. We love working with families, and we'll love working with you.